രാഗാതിരോഗാൻ സതതാനുഷക്താൻ അശേഷകായ പ്രസൃതാനശേഷാൻ ഔത്സുക്യമോഹാരതിതാൻ ജഘാന യോ പൂർവവൈദ്യായ നമോസ്തു തസ്മൈ. Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to continue with Vastuvidya Adhyaya. Vastuvidya Adhyaya we were discussing for last 3 days or in the last 3 parts of our videos. So in this we were discussing about that first of all we had discussed about the indications, contraindications, etc. Afterwards we had discussed about the Basti Yantra in detail and after that we have discussed about the matra of the Niroha Basti as well as Anuvasana Basti. Then we had discussed about that Anuvasana Basti in detail and Purvakarma, Pradhana Karma. Purvakarma and Pradhana Karma I had just discussed yesterday. Purvakarma we had discussed in detail. Today we will be continuing the same. So the method of administration of Basti I have just mentioned yesterday. Before administration of Kashaya Basti one has to go for Sneha Basti and its duration, everything we had discussed yesterday. And today we will be continuing with the Pradhana Karma. Pradhana Karma also we have just discussed yesterday. So here the terminal end of the Basti Netra as well as the Guda should be made snigdha. It should be made lubricated before insertion of the Basti Yantra, and Basti Netra has to be inserted into Guda gently towards the Prishtavamsha after removing Vata from the Basti Putaka by gently pressing it. The removal of Vata from the Basti Putaka is important because if the air enters it may harm the patient or even it may lead, it is fatal to the patient. That's why it is not to be allowed to not supposed to enter the air. That's why the air is removed by pressing the Basti Putaka gently. And after that Acharya says after inserting properly Basti Putaka has to be pressed continuously, neither too fast nor too slow. Means after doing this inserting the Basti Putaka, the physician has to gently press. It should not be too much fastly or too much slow. Prishtavamsham pratitado nyadidruta vilambitam nyadivekam nyavamandam sakrudeva prabhidet. And sakrudeva means simultaneously, means all of a sudden or all together. The warning is given like you are not supposed to press like one press then you are releasing then forcefully pressing. No, it should be slow and steady, and at the same time care should be taken. It should not be too much slow also. Then a small portion of Basti Dravya should be retained in the Basti Putaka in order to prevent the entry of Vata through Guda Marga. If you are trying to expel out the full Basti Dravya, it may there chances of entry of air also may be there. That's why you are supposed to keep a little portion of Basti Dravya in the Basti Putaka. It prevents the entry of Vata through Guda Marga. He says Savashesham cha kurveda vayu sheshehi tishtadi. Then Paschat Karma. After doing the Anuvasana Basti, what you have to do? It is unique for this. It is having some differences from that of Kashaya Basti. Some procedures are almost similar. He says the patient, we will read words once. Dettedu uttana dehasya panina tadayet swijau tat parshnibhyam tatashayam patatascha trirukshipet tataprasaritangasya sobadhanasya parshnige ahanyad mushtina angam cha snehena abhyajya mardayet vedanarthamiti sneho nahi shikram nivartade. Means the patient has to lie down in the supine position. The supine position after in Basti we are giving in left lateral position. So after that the patient has to lie down in the supine position. Physician has to gently stroke the swig, that is buttocks of the patient with his hand, and also using patient's heel. Means with the his own hands, physician hand, he has to gently stroke the patient's buttocks, and using the patient's heel also, he means by means of flexing the knee, he needs to gently stroke the patient's buttocks with the aid of parshni, that is heel. It is also advised to raise the patient's cot, that treatment table or the couch, 3 times after administration of Basti. This is helpful in prevention of this will be helpful in prevention of the immediate evacuation of the Sneha Basti. For that only we are doing these measures. Then Acharya says, patient has to stroke over patient's parshni after providing him pillow to support the head while lying down. So first of all, he is supposed to lie down comfortably, and this stroking of buttocks etc. done. Then he should extend his leg. Patient should extend his leg. Then the physician has to stroke over patient's parshni pradesh, heel, after providing him pillow and support to the head while lying down. Then gentle stroke has to be given using Sneha Dravya in the pain affected areas also. Wherever the patient is telling, because Vasti usually we are giving Vata Vikaras, and definitely pain is inevitable. So in such conditions also, what you have to do, you have to apply some Sneha Dravya in the pain affected areas, and wherever the pain is present, patient complains of pain, you should give a gentle stroke. These measures prevent the early expulsion of Sneha Basti Dravya through the Guda Marga. Then after that we had to discuss about Samyak Yoga Lakshana of this Anuvasana Basti. This is bit far from the sloka, because immediately after that he is not explaining. You can refer the 53rd and this 53 half. This mentioned, Kinjit kalam sthito escha sa purisho nivartate saniloma sneha tat siddham anuvasanam. Kinjit kalam, the Basti Dravya should be retained in the inside for a certain prescribed period that we will be discussing later, and after that it should be evacuated along with the Purisha and along with the Saniloma, it produce Anilomana of Vata dosha, and that evacuation proves the proper Anuvasana karma. Means immediately after Anuvasana Basti, giving Anuvasana Basti, you are not supposed to go for this defecation purpose, just like Kashaya Basti. After that defecation takes place. In that it should be retained for a prescribed period that we will be discussing soon. Sneha will be retained for a prescribed time period and expelled out along with Purisha afterwards. Anilomana of Vata dosha takes place. These are the Samyak Lakshan, that is features of proper Anuvasana Basti, and his Acharya says, in case of early expulsion of Sneha Basti Dravya, a physician has to repeat Sneha Basti, because Sneha Basti anyway it is to be retained. That's why we have to repeat in case of early expulsion of Sneha Basti Dravya. Otherwise Sneha Basti becomes futile. That is what Acharya says here. Yoja Shikram Nivarte Anya Sneho Tishtanya Karyakrita. Deeptatnim to Agada Sneham Sayane Bojayet Lekhu. If the person is having Agni Deepti, that is appreciation of hunger, and also if the Sneha Basti Dravya is excreted out after the prescribed period, then he is to be provided with Legu Bojana in the evening time. During the evening, he can have the Legu Bojana. Then maximum time prescribed for the retention of the Sneha Basti is 3 yama. Nivartikala parama trayo yamaha tadaparam ahoratram upeksheda paradaha bhalavartibihi tikshnairva bastibir kuryat yaknyam sneha nivartaye. This is what Acharya says. Maximum time prescribed for retention of Sneha Basti is 3 yama, that is 9 hours approximately. After 3 yama, if Sneha is not excreted out, the Bhalavarti, that is the suppositories, has to be administered in Gudamarga for easy expulsion of the Sneha. Then administration of Tishna Basti is also advised. These measures will be helpful for easy elimination of Sneha Dravya. This is what about the afterwards we have to do proper care, because it should be retained for 9 hours. In case of not retained after not expelled out 9 hours or 3 yama, we should apply this Bhalavarti, or even the Tishna Basti is also as well. Tishna Basti means due to its nature it will be helpful in evacuating the doshas. And after that Acharya says, sometimes due to the increased rukshata, the elimination of snehadravya will not takes place. Atiraukshyat anagachan nachet jadyadi doshakrit upekshitaiva hi tato addishidascha nisham pibet pradar nagar dhanyamba koshtam kevalamevava. Sometimes due to increased rukshata, the elimination of snehadravya will not take place. In such condition, if patient is not experiencing jadya, agnyamandya, etc., he is allowed to spend the night without administration of any medicine, because rukshata is more. That may be the reason for non-expulsion of the snehadravya, and there some chances of experiencing this jadya, agnyamandya, etc., because we are administering sneha. It is just like the sneha, it may create this type of troubles. So during that time, if such experiences are or such clinical features are not there, then no need to get worried. He is allowed to spend the night without administration of any medicine. The patient should be left free without giving any sort of medicine. Next day morning, what we had to do is, next day morning, he is to be provided with lukewarm water prepared by boiling nakara and dhanya, or just lukewarm water is sufficient. Pradar nagara upekshitaiva hi tato addishidascha nisham pibet pradar nagara dhanyamba koshnam kevalam evava. Next day morning, he is provided with lukewarm water prepared by boiling nagara and dhanya, or just lukewarm water. Then after that, Acharya tells about the repetition of Anuvasana Basti. Anvasaye tridiye anni पंचमे व पुनश्चतम यथा वा स्नेह भक्ति स्यात् ततो अत्युल्बणम आरुदान व्यायामनित्यान दीप्ताग्निन रूक्षांश प्रतिवासनम. So the repetition of Anuvasana Basti, we should continue, or we should repeat the Sneha Basti again and again. Anuvasana Basti should be repeated on third day and fifth day, and can be continued until reaches Paka of the Sneha, until reaches the Sneha Paka. It can be, means the patient is feeling, just like in Sneha Vidya Adhyaya we have mentioned that Samyak Snigdha Lakshana. Similarly, here also that features, the after giving the Sneha Basti, it should be that Kinchit Kalam Siddhoyascha Sapurisho Nivartate. That features should experience, repeated on third day and fifth day, and can be continued till the until reaches Paga of the Sneha. Then we can mention that we can ensure that the Sneha Basti is proper. And Anuvasana Basti or Sneha Basti can be practiced in certain individuals on daily basis. Certain group of people should do the Anuvasana Basti in daily basis, and here may be some practical difficulty may be there in Uttama Matra. So in such condition, you can select the Matra Basti also, which we will be discussing in later. That Atulbana Marudan, Vyayama Nityan Diktam Rukshamsha Prativasaram. So Anuvasana Basti can be practiced in individuals on daily basis, on whom, that is Atulbana Marita, in the person in too much aggravated Vata dosha. Then Vyayama Nitya. Vyayama Nitya means one who performs or practice the exercises regularly. Deeptakni, who is having good digestive capacity. Ruksha Purisha, one who is lacking Snehamsha in Sharira. So for such individuals, they can practice this Sneha Basti on daily basis. Then next we are going to discuss about Kashaya Basti, and it is also known as Astabhana Basti or Niruha Basti. So Kashaya Basti, when it should be administered, etc., he says, Idis Snehi Trichadurehi Snigdhe Sroto Vishuddhe Niruham Shodhanam Yunjat Snigdhe Sasnehanam Tanoho पंचमेद तृतीये वा दिवसे साधके शुभे मध्याह्ने किंचिदावर्ते प्रयुक्ते बलिमंगले अव्यक्त स्वेदितोत्सृष्टमलं न्यादिबुभुक्षितम् अवेक्ष्य पुरुषं दोष भेषजादीनि च आदरात् बस्तिं प्रकल्पयेद् वैद्यस् तद्विद्यैर् बहुभिः सह. So Kashaya Basti can be administered on third or fifth day after administration of Sneha Basti. So like every therapeutic procedures, here also the Purva Karma, Pradhana Karma and Paschat Karma are there. Purva Karma, it should be done on an auspicious day. Because always in Ayurveda or in any sort of therapeutic procedures, the auspiciousness is having its own importance. That's why auspicious day after performing Bali, etc. Mangala Karmas, just after the commencement of Madhyana, that is the ideal time. That is, we can correlate with the 10 or 11 a.m. Kashaya Basti is to be administered. Many people are having or thinking or practically doing also a wrong practice of administering Basti in the early morning itself. By that, they will be thinking that the patient will be now free from the evacuation process, etc., in the morning itself, so that we can make them free. But that is a wrong practice. It is, Acharya has clearly mentioned, Madhyane kinchitavritte. It means not exactly the noon time. Madhyane kinchitavritte. Kinchit means very less, or in just after the commencement of the Madhyana, we can give the Kashaya Basti. So the question arises, until then the patient will be feeling the hunger or such difficulties. So in many classical institutions, they are giving, what they are practicing is, they will be providing the patient with a cup of diluted milk or tea along with 1 or 2 slices of bread you can give, or 1 or 2 idlis you can give, because these are easily digestible, and it also prevents the entry of the gas, or the flatulence formation also will be prevented, because if flatulence formation takes place, definitely it leads to the pain, colicky type of pain after the administration of Basti. In order to prevent that, actually empty stomach is advisable, but up to the Madhyane Kinchitavrte is mentioned, that is the commencement of the noon, the patient may not be able to tolerate. Because of this reason, practically we can give a cup of warm the diluted milk or a cup of diluted tea, and 1 or 2 slices of bread also will be helpful in tackling this particular issue. And again, the people like those who are in insulin, or those who are like diabetic patients, etc., also may be feeling comfortable if they are allowed to have very light food in the morning. And patient is to be prepared with Abhyanga and Svedana Karma, because that is very much needed before the Shodhana. You know, the Bas, Snehana and Svedana Karma. Then before administration of Basti, patient has to defecate and urinate properly. That another wrong notion is, I have already mentioned, the people think that it is just for the defecation process this Basti is given, but it is not exactly for the defecation process. It does the defecation or the liquids, the expulsion of the doshas from the koshta, but moreover that it is helpful in curing the Vada doshas, Vada Vyadis. So that's why the patient, his routines have to be continued in the morning. That's why he has to defecate in the morning itself, and urinates also, and even if urge is there before the administration of Basti also, because Basti is a therapy which needs good care, or and the patient also may get panic during and the physician also should be confident enough while performing the Kashaya Basti. If the patient is having any sort of anxiety, or by that he may be feeling once again the urge for, or in general also if he is feeling the urge for defecation, definitely he should expel out the he should go for defecation process. Then, and mutra also, urination, micturition also should be fulfilled. And Acharya says he should not be in a condition of too much hunger. That's why I have mentioned that we can give him a very light food in the morning, as much as early, if by 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, if we can provide that very light diet I have suggested, it will be more helpful. Then the patient will be in a condition of, he will not be in a condition of too much hunger. Then physician has to administer Basti after properly considering Purusha, Dosha, Bheshaja, etc., along with the help or assistance of other physicians who are experts in Basti Chikitsa. Vastim Pragalped Vaidyas Tadvidyer Bahubihi Saha. Those who are well expert in this, those who are expertised in Basti Chikitsa, with the assistance or with the under the guidance of other expert physicians, he is supposed to give the Kashaya Basti, because Kashaya Basti is always should be performed very carefully, otherwise it may cause some sort of damages or health issues, adverse effects to the patient. Because of this reason, this much importance is given. Then after that, Acharya describes about Kashaya Basti Drivya Nirmana. This sloka also I have dragged the sloka from the, now we are going through the 38, 39, 40. I am just skipping some slokas because before the preparation of Kashaya Basti Drivya, you should know how it should be prepared. That sloka Acharya is describing afterwards. So I am dragging that sloka to here. for your better understanding. Shloka is like this: Makshikam lavanam sneham kalkam kwadhamidi kramat avapeta niruhanam esha samyojane vidihi. So this is the order you have to follow for the preparation of kashaya basti dravya. The general ingredients are makshika, lavana, sneha, kalka, kvadha, and these are to be added in this order only. So makshika is honey, you know. Lavana we are generally taking saindava lavana, and sneha which is told in the particular yoga, and kalka is there, and kvadha is also there. So you can imagine there is a here this order means, first of all, it is practically speaking, we cannot take honey in one vessel, and to that it will be difficult to add the whole salt. So you can add little by little this makshika or the salt to the makshika, and then you have to stir it well. Then only the saturation, or then only the complete dissolving process takes place. After, once it becomes a homogeneous mixture, you have to add the sneha a little by little, not the complete sneha you should, and you are not supposed to add. Little by little you add, and you should stir it well until it mixes. Then once after the complete mixture of this sneha, and you got a homogeneous mixture, then you should add kalka little by little, and then after proper mixing of kalka, you should add kvadha also gently and little by little, so that in the end you will be getting a very good homogeneous mixture. These ingredients, so that's why I repeat, these ingredients are to be mixed in the above mentioned order only. Even you are not supposed to mix it with any order, or you should take everything together, and you are not supposed to mix it in a mixer grinder also. This all leads to complications. If the mixing is not taken place properly, these all will definitely lead to the complications for the patient. That's why you have to mix it accordingly. Then after that he says about the preparation. Kvadhet vimshati balam dravyasya ashtau bhalani cha tadakvada chaturtamsham स्नेहं वाते प्रगल्पेत पित्ते स्वस्ते च षष्ठांशम अष्टमांशम कभेदिगे सर्वत्र च अष्टमं भागं कल्कात् भवति वा यथा ज्ञात्यच्च सांद्रताबस्तेः फलमात्रं गुडस्य च मधुपट्वादिशेषं च युक्त्या सर्वं तदेकदः उष्णाम्बुकुम्भीबाष्पेन तप्तं खजसमाहतं प्रक्षिप्य बस्तो प्रणयेत् पायो ज्ञात्युष्णशीतलं ज्ञातिसिग्धं न्यवारूक्षं ज्ञातितीक्ष्णं न्यवामृतु ज्ञात्यच्च सान्द्रं न ऊनादि मात्रं न्याबडु न्यादि च लवणं तद्दुदम्लं च. This is the way you have to prepare. Kvadha has to be prepared. They are mentioned in the ingredients, kvadha. So kvadha, it takes some time. It is not something ready-made. That's why you have to prepare it by boiling 20 palav of the dravya and 8 number of madana bhala. Dravya, it will be available in the respective formulations, yogas, and 8 number of madana bhala you have to add. In case of predominance, based on the doshik predominance, you have to determine the sneha, it's in quantity, and the sneha dravya also. So he says, in case of predominance of vata dosha, sneha, that is oil, ghee, etc., is to be added 1/4 of the total quantity of kashaya. If you are having kashaya in a total quantity, it's 1/4 you should add. Means it is a comparatively larger quantity than that of pitta and kabha. So in case of vata dosha, sneha should be in 1/4 of total quantity of kashaya. Then in case of predominance of pitta dosha, and in swastha, sneha is to be added 1/6, because it is comparatively less than that of that we advised in vata dosha. Sneha is to be added. Then in case of predominance of kabha dosha, in kabha dosha already the patient is having the snigdha guna, etc. Because of this reason, the quantity of sneha is even less. 1/8 of total quantity of kashaya is advised. Kalka is to be added 1/8 of total quantity of kashaya. That is the quantity of kalka you should add, and madhu, pattu, that is saindhava, etc., to be added accordingly. Prepared bastidravya should neither too thin nor loose, that is ati acha, nor too dense or thick, ati sandra, and the mixture is collected in a vessel and it is made warm by applying steam with proper stirring using the khaja. Here this homogeneous mixture you have prepared, it should be make warm, but you are not supposed to keep over the direct temperature, direct fire source. That's why it is advised to keep warm by applying the steam, or you can practically you can keep in a water bath also, and at that time also you should stir it properly in order with a khaja, that is a churning stick. This will be helpful in maintaining that homogeneous mixture. And while administering, Basudrivya should neither be too snigdha, tishna or acha, nor too ruksha, mrudu or sandra. These all brings about adverse effects. Quantity also should not be too much or less, or too much or too less. Too much quantity should not be administered, or too much less also should not be added. Saindhava and amla also should be in optimum quantity, not too much less or too much not too much or less, because if lavana etc., if you are adding in excess, it will creates a burning sensation. That's why it is should not be, should be in the prescribed quantity. With this, we are concluding today's session. I would like to remind you, there is no shortcut to success other than hard work. So my dear students, please continue working hard. Thank you.